He's back again. We've had how many Dracula movies now? I'm kind of tired of this IP. And this movie says it does something different, but really it's more of a rendition of Francis Ford Coppola's version of Dracula that came out, I think, in like 92 or 93. This movie's like trying to be a love story, and it also has like when it stands out the most is when it has like kick-ass action scenes. And I wish the movie would pick a lane, like either be full action scene or full love story. The movie is like kind of it. What how it differentiates from the Coppola version is where it places its characters and names them and in which setting they are in. But mostly, it's pretty much like the same film, except that it tries to take itself a little more seriously, where Coppola's film is much more of kind of like this weird, crazy dream. And like everything in it works from the score to the editing to Gary Oldman, of course. And the only things that don't work in it is Keanu Reeves, although I love him very much, and Winona Ryder, although I love her very much too. But outside of that, like man, that movie was great. I think it's very underrated, and this movie is just trying to play another version of it, because it's about Dracula trying to find his long lost love, and there's a hell of a lot of sexuality in it. I don't know what it is, but between Francis Ford Coppola, Robert Eggers, and Luke Benson, there's just they just sexualize the hell out of this thing. And look, from what I vaguely remember of the book, it is a pretty sexual book, but is it like that overtly sexy? I don't know. Maybe it is. I mean, I wouldn't call Edgar's film sexy though. Oof. But at least that one did something a little different. Although I found that one disappointing too. But at least it did something different. This one just feels like a remix tape. And let's say those movies didn't exist, and you want to judge the movie on your own. Well, then the movie itself is just kind of okay. It's about a guy who has a long lost love and he wants to be reunited with her. And there's religious allegories in it and all sorts of stuff like that makes it a little deep, but it's just like an okay movie. I think if there weren't other Dracula films where I'm just kind of like I know exactly what's going to happen in the story and I'm bored to see what they do, although they do something a little different with it that I won't give away, but it's still like yeah, I'm sorry. The rest of the movie didn't work, so you're not winning me in the end. It's almost like not enough. It's like, oh, I'm doing something different, but yeah, but it's still kind of the same thing to what they did since 92, which is God only knows how many years ago. So yeah, I ended up giving the movie I think 2.5 out of 3 Guinnesses. It was almost good enough to recommend seeing it in theaters, which it is out in theaters now. But yeah, if you want to see my full written review, go to ypareviews.com.